Welcome back to the show. The new website is called CTLatinoNews.com, and it focuses on the news in the Latino community. We're here with the publisher, Diana Alverio, former journalist and now a public relations titan.
Again, I guess.
Yeah, you're back in it again. So we'll speak about that now because the industry has done this sea change now. So when you look at what's happening with newspapers and convergence, and you were there back in the day, what are your thoughts now on the landscape of media and where it's going?
Well, certainly the models have changed over the years. I mean, I remember being in a newsroom when, you covered everything, and then because of the economic realities, news changed. Also because of the growing competition. There's still people out there in your audience who remember here in Connecticut when it was just Channel 3, 8 and 30, and you kind of had to get up and change the channel. You didn't have the switcher. So things have changed, obviously, with the internet and the availability of information. So, there are some who criticize. I prefer to see it as, let's look at what the new model is, figure out how it works best for you. What are the opportunities? And, you really have, and then you're more effective that way.
If you think about it, it's about content and distribution, right? You got to tell stories. People need stories. There's still content. It's how you distribute those stories.
And let me tell you, our staff, we have a call every morning, and I want to tell you, our writers, to me, it's about our content. It has to be distinctive, and it has to be well-sourced. And we're telling good stories, and we better tell good stories. It's not just rewriting a press release, because people are looking for good sources of information. So we're not just a source of information about Latinos. We hope to become a good, credible source of information. And that is our goal, and that's what we're working on. And we just launched on Monday. This past week.
Well, I heard about you, I think I heard about it a couple of days ago. So I heard it and thought, wow, we got to get around.
Yeah, on top of it.
Biggest challenge for you as the publisher of this new business?
Not enough hours in the day. Other than that, I want to say things are going well. We are beginning to have conversations with larger media partners. Let me put it that way.
Well, it doesn't get any bigger than right here, right?
Well, there you go. We're beginning to have conversations with lots of advertisers who, there was a great deal of interest in that. And
I think national advertisers, not to cut you off, I think a national advertiser would say, gee, you have an outlet there with a distinct Latino audience. I would think that's a home run for most advertisers.
Yes, no, it's almost amazing. Some folks are saying, well, why didn't anybody else do this yet? We also are launching a Rhode Island and Massachusetts.
So you're expanding already, huh?
We're doing well, that was always the plan.
Oh,
No,
we're kind of quick.
We started in Connecticut. No, but we do want to cover southern New England. For example, I mean, it's such a small territory geographically. The mayor of Rhode Island, of Providence, he's a Latino. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know that. How far is that away from us? An hour and a half?
I know the mayor of Hartford, Latino.
Well, yes, we all know that. Yes, we certainly know that.
But also the city of Hartford, a majority Latino city. People don't want to acknowledge that, right? It's a majority Latino city. Yes, absolutely.
I think the other side of it, too, is it serves as a connection between the Latino communities, and you know the media market. You know Connecticut very well. Going to Bridgeport, sometimes people think they're going, it's a journey. When you live in California and Texas, you're just going down the block practically. So hopefully this will also connect the different pockets of the Latino communities that are in Western Mass, in Rhode Island, in the different parts of Connecticut. And I think this will serve that purpose as well.
Your thoughts about Pedro Segarra, the Latino mayor of Hartford, the capital city? He was the first, I think, Latino mayor of a capital city, I believe, when he came on board, or something like that. But
you clearly haven't heard his story of when he and I were the only two Latinos at University of Hartford. I was a senior, he was a freshman.
Oh, really?
And we would hang out together, so people thought there were a crowd of Latinos. We're talking the 70s, early 70s.
What are your thoughts on Segarra? Give me your thoughts on where
absolutely. He's doing a fabulous job. He's doing a fabulous job. He's a stand-up guy. And certainly we've not profiled him. He's everywhere. What we're looking for, but he's certainly a partner and a fan already, and we know that, and a supporter, and we appreciate that. What we want to do is kind of tell some other stories that are out there, and as you can see, we're doing that.
Here's a non-Connecticut story. Marco Rubio out in Florida, senator who may consider to be a VP candidate. He's on the rise.
And did you see our poll?
Well,
we have a poll on the left-hand side, and we'll have a weekly poll, because that's the other thing. People want to know, what are we thinking? What are these issues?
What do folks think about it?
Who's defining that? Well, let me just tell you. The question is, if Romney were to choose a Latino, would it help him? And it's running 50-50 practically.
Really?
So it's kind of interesting.
Because Rubio's is a conservative, right? So there's across the board, not everyone.
Right, so there's this, Latinos might be torn where, okay, I tend to be liberal in my policies, but darn, a Latino. And then, you know, there are many who would have very serious issues with the way his policies operate. So.
And as you work on politics and business, it kind of broadens you away from the stereotypes, whether it's black, Latino, sports and entertainment, whether it's J-Lo, a lot of focus on that, but it gets you away from entertainers like J-Lo.
Well, you have to tell you, in our media kit, the first template that came out, the designer put J-Lo on front, and I said, I don't think so. I'm a fan, but this is not what we're trying to say.
But that's the reality, though, when people think of that.
You have Lisette Andino, who is just, you know, been promoted to this incredible job overseeing Fairfield County for CLMP-RNU on storm issues. And there's a story about her. You know, those are the kinds of stories that we're just not telling.
But yet J-Lo, even though the stereotype, is an entrepreneur. Even though she's an entertainer,
oh, she's an
a wonderful
amazing
right? So a large
businesswoman.
degree with the great role model for how you make money.
She's an amazing businesswoman. And let me just say, should she be in the area and we can get an interview, she will be there. She will be there. Absolutely. But again, it's to tell the broader story.
So how many people on staff? How many staffers do you have?
We have a team of 5 that develops the concepts and the strategy, and then we have a number of writers. And we're still developing new writers.
So get me to the point. You've been thinking about doing this for a while.
6 months.
Okay, so get me to the point. You talked to Dr. Fred McKinney where you say, hey, do it now. But what gets you from the dreaming, the writing it down on paper, to saying, you know what, getting the money and just taking action?
We have investors, absolutely. I have to tell you, this is something for one, have invested in. I truly believe in this. I know that it's needed. I'm not sure if I'm doing it for business reasons or idealistic reasons, a little bit of both, I think, a little bit of both. And it's something I've had a long career. I've had a long, successful career, a good business, a successful business. I'm at the point now where I thought, I can do this. And
can you do both
all those years, all those years, absolutely. I have an incredible team of people that work with me on DL very own company public relations, and we've been doing that for 15 years, so we know how to do that as well. So yeah, I'm operating 2 businesses, which is why on CTLatinoNews.com we have editors, we have writers. I'm not doing that. I get to do the fun stuff and come and speak with you.
So what's next? Any big stories you're working on? You can share anything breaking? I mean,
we do, you know, and nothing breaking, but I just want to give you a sense of what we're doing. There was a story that came up, and it's on the voter, the new legislation that eases up voter registration, and we kicked it back because it was the same old story.
Right.
It was, and I said, no. We have to go back. Let's talk to that Latino registrar of voters. Let's go talk to the people who are out there on Saturday signing people up. Will this law make a difference?
Give it a new flavor, right?
There you go.
All right, Diane Alvario, folks. I want to thank all our guests, Ms. Alvario, Pete Higgins, Eric Crawford. Remember to catch our show 24/7, ctnow.com/Stan. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. For the good folks here at Fox Connecticut, I'm Stan Simpson. Tim Lammers, and the Morning News is next.